Stay tuned for tips and techniques from the nation's top chefs in the Chef's Kitchen.
We are back with Jason Ziglar of the Whip Tavern. Great to see you, Executive Chef. Wonderful to have you here.
Hello, Hope. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Very well. Very well.
Holiday entertaining.
Yes.
I see some really great autumn ingredients here. What are you putting together for us?
Today we're going to be doing a pan-seared pork tenderloin medallions
Beautiful.
with a black velvet glaze served with butternut squash chips.
Sounds great. Very seasonal. Sounds like a good holiday entertaining menu. What do we need to do to get started?
Yes. Well, the first thing that we're going to make is our black velvet drink, which is what we serve at the restaurant, and that is Strongbow dry cider.
Okay.
And basically you just start off by holding your glass at a 45-degree angle, pouring your cider in just up to the lip of the glass. And then you're going to take a spoon, which you see oftentimes in many bars and pubs, which is available at any bar, restaurant, supply store. And you take your Guinness.
And that's so it doesn't get too foamy.
Correct, correct. You just take your Guinness, lay it over top, pour it.
So beer and dry cider, that's interesting.
Yes.
And it gives a sort of layered effect,
And then you have your layered effect. We do this over and over again at the restaurant.
Excellent.
The nice thing about this is it makes a great glaze for any type of meat. So we're going to get started. You're going to take a saucepan, 3 cups of Guinness.
Whoa, in a hot pan?
In a hot pan.
And there's a lot of caramel flavors in the Guinness.
Yes, okay. 2 cups of Strongbow cider. So you go ahead and add that in.
2 cups of Strongbow cider.
Correct. 3 tablespoons just granulated sugar. And then 3 tablespoons of honey. Just take a whisk, stir it up a little bit. Bring it to the boil, knock it back to a simmer, and let it go. Next thing we're going to move on to is the butternut squash. We call them chips at the Whip, so we're going to call them chips here today. French fries.
Excellent. And made with butternut squash?
Yeah, we're going to use butternut squash. It's a great holiday product. It's available in any market, very accessible to everyone. So you get your butternut squash. I've already taken off. Basically, you're just going to want to cut the skin off just like that. Okay, after you do so, just cut it in half and remove this off to the side, the part with the seeds in it. Okay. And then you're just going to make the chips. And you can make them in any design that you want.
Okay.
Today's purposes, we're just going to cut them in a little bâtonnaise. We've got our product in a bowl. Now we're going to add just a pinch of cinnamon.
Nice.
A pinch of nutmeg, and nutmeg, a little goes a long way.
I agree.
Just a wee bit of that, and a little bit of salt and pepper, because salt brings out the flavor of everything.
And you're using flake salt?
Yes. A little bit of oil.
Okay.
You just want to give them a quick toss.
This is similar to the way I roast vegetables at home.
It's very
Maybe different herbs, and different seasonings, and then just put it in a hot oven.
Yep, yep. So you just take a baking tray.
There you go.
Yep. Put your butternut squash out on your baking tray.
How long do you roast them for?
You're going to set your oven for 400 degrees for about 15 minutes.
Great.
Just until they're fork tender. And they'll start to caramelize beautifully on top. Next, we're going to move on to pork tenderloin. This, again, is another thing that's available in pretty much any market. You're going to want to cut the fillet or the pork tenderloin into nice, simple medallions, about 1 inch wide. So we're just going to go ahead and do that right now. So in the meantime, I've got my pan hot over here. I'm going to add my oil. You can use butter if you like. So I've seasoned the pork tenderloin on one side with some salt and pepper, a little fresh chopped rosemary, and a little fresh chopped sage, which are great around the holidays. You're going to take your tenderloin medallions, lay them in the pan just like that. Try not to let them touch. Just gonna flip them. Take a little bit of white wine, just deglaze your pan. Let it get some of that pork that's that's stuck to the pan off of there for adding more flavor. Then you're going to take our glaze.
Sorry.
You're going to take our glaze. You're just going to throw that in the pan.
Very dark.
Yeah, very dark, very rich. And you see it foams up beautifully in the pan. You can just, like I said, arrange these on there however you want.
Healthy and delicious.
Healthy and delicious, not fried.
Nice and glazed.
Yep, nice shiny glaze on there. You can just go ahead and fan this on there. And again, this is very simple. Anybody can do this.
Looks great. Really good. Great sauce. Butternut squash fries, which I know I'll love.
Yeah.
So good. Happy holidays to the Whip Tavern. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Hope.
To see today's recipe and all of the recipes featured on the Chef's Kitchen, log on to chefskitchen.tv.